This is Mrs. Wilkoskis. It is November 16th, 2015, and this is part two of finding resources for the destruction of Pompeii and Herculaneum in 79 AD by Mount Vesuvius. Alrighty, so we're going to keep going on. I just want to show you down here your limiters. You can limit what you're finding. Like, you don't need book reviews. You don't need reviews. You could actually, if you get a lot of reviews, and you would notice that in the subject section, they'll really throw you off because you think you're going to find a good book and it's just a book review. And that's a little disconcerting. But so if you get a lot of that, you can actually check all of these except reviews. You can limit it down to subject matter. Sometimes you'll get lots of resources in another language. It's not true here. Everything's just about in English. But you can limit all sorts of things by these limiters over on the left-hand side. But I would encourage you to get reference material right now, so that or books, so that you have good, meaty resources. You can tell what you've got by here. You got an ebook, so you can access it online. You got a book, that means a print book that you get from the library. I think this is a good one up here. No, those are both books. I also plugged in Pompeii, and you can see I got a research starter on both Pompeii and Herculaneum, and you can see a lot of the exact same stuff we were just talking about. I won't go through it again. Notice I got some videos that you can check out from the library. Okay, and once you do this, once you get some background information, you'll start to be able to hone in on some topics. Like, this is a really interesting article. They could tell how people lived by the skeleton poop in Pompeii. Thought it was kind of interesting. But basically, after you get a little bit deeper into your research, you'll need to start picking a topic that you want to research. And that's when you're going to go in a little deeper and get things from the periodicals and from maybe magazines, probably not newspapers, but you never know. But reference articles and books are what you're looking for, those big, meaty background information resources. But you can, but like I said, those specific questions that you're going to have to ask, you're probably going to have to go into journals and periodicals. Let me know if you need help with that, because sometimes that can get a little bit tricky. Alrighty. Also, let me show you, sometimes, specifically when you get to JSTOR, sometimes the links get broken. And when you're coming through Haiku, you should be authenticated. But if you don't, go back here to our onto our library Haiku page and get it's a remote passwords page. Click it, and it'll give you a list of all the passwords. So if something happens and you're at home and you can't get through to one of the databases, you can just click on the remote passwords page, and you can get those passwords. Still email us and tell us that that link is broken. Also, sometimes when the link is broken and you're going into JSTOR, it'll ask you to pay for something. You should never pay for anything. We have access to all of this stuff. You just need to log into JSTOR, get that username and password, and that will give you access. No paying for anything. I just don't want that to throw you off. Okay, so that's kind of how you're going to go through our databases to do your beginning information. I'm going to stop this video, and we'll do video 3 in just a minute.